Hey everybody, Christina here. Thank you for joining me today. I am really excited to review this piece for you in two different colors today. This to me was actually a sleeper piece. I did not have high hopes for it because I'm a little bit of a snob when it comes to synthetic pieces. I tend to only want to wear heat-friendly synthetics because the fibers look so much more natural to me. They're going to be more upkeep than regular synthetics, but they don't have that artificial shine that you associate with synthetic wigs. So when I was getting this piece in, I was a little hesitant because it's a regular synthetic piece and I could not have been more wrong. It is absolutely beautiful. And this was one of those pieces that I put on and immediately just fell in love. It was like straight out of the box. I didn't do anything to it and just had a huge boost of confidence. So without further ado, this is John Renau's Cameron Lite. This here is in the color Mousse Cake, and I'm also going to be showing it to you in this great transition gray piece, which is Roasted Chestnut. So let's just go ahead and admire this color Mousse Cake. The color code on that is 8RH14. It's described as a medium brown with medium natural blonde highlights. And to me, this is just so incredibly natural, the color. I love how rich it is, but it's not too warm. It is like the perfect brunette for me, and I could not be more in love with it. How beautiful is that? So like I said, this is a regular synthetic piece, so it's not heat friendly, so you can't change the style on it, but to be quite honest, you wouldn't need to because this is absolutely adorable. And the great thing about this piece is that it's 100% hand-tied base, which means you're going to have that really incredibly natural movement. You can style it however you want because you're not going to have any wefts that you need to hide. And it has a full ear-to-ear lace front, so it's going to give you great styling flexibility with this piece because you can style it away from your face with confidence, which I always love. And it is a great ear tuck piece as well. So this piece, I have to say, is probably one of the most comfortable wigs I've ever put on my head. It is so incredibly lightweight. I think it's about 3.2 ounces, I believe, is the weight on this, but it's very light density. So if you are somebody that is looking for a very natural piece, this is a great option for you. So let's take a quick 360 before I show you the cap construction. So this is my left side, the back, right side, and back to the front. So let me give you some measurements on this. So the front of this is 10 inches. So you have a little bit of the base framing layers. The crown is 12 inches. The sides are 8 inches. So you have some layers on the side. The back is 12 inches, and then the nape is 4.5 inches. So I love this because it sits above the shoulders. You're not going to have that issue with a lot of friction. With those longer wigs, you have more issues with tangling, and especially if you're like sitting in a car or sitting against a chair, the more friction that you get on those synthetic fibers, the more issues that you're going to have with it becoming tangled or frizzy at the ends. So I love a short synthetic bob because they're just super easy to wear and super easy to maintain. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the cap construction on this, and then I'll swap over and show you this gorgeous roasted chestnut color as well. So like I said, this is probably one of the most comfortable caps that I've ever put on, and it has some really incredible features that I love. So for someone like me, I typically have a harder time with 100% hand-tied bases because they tend to fit a little smidge too snug on my head. I have a 21.75 circumference, so I'm average, but I'm on kind of the larger end of average. So sometimes those hand-tied caps can be a little too snug for me to be 100% comfortable in them. This is not one of those caps for me. I was actually completely shocked with how just stretchy and roomy this piece was. And there's a couple of features that I really, really loved on this. So let me go ahead and show you. So it does have that ear-to-ear lace front. So you have full styling flexibility away from your face. It gives you that incredibly natural hairline. It has a monofilament top with a really wide base. So you can part this whichever way you'd like. You can style it whichever way you'd like. And you're gonna have that natural illusion of scalp. It has 100% hand-tied base, which, like I said, it's actually really stretchy for a hand-tied base. Sometimes those don't have a lot of give to them. So I was very pleasantly surprised with that. It has the polyurethane ear tabs, which I really find so incredibly comfortable, and I love the feel of these ear tabs. It also has a silicone coating at the nape, so it just is so secure at the nape. You don't have that issue with any riding up or anything like that. So that is a look at the beautiful mousse cake color. You guys, this brunette is next level. It is so incredibly beautiful. And look how natural those synthetic fibers are. This is probably the best regular synthetic that I've seen, hands down. The one thing that I will say about these caps that is my only kind of, not necessarily concern, but thing that I feel maybe needs to change a little bit, it does have a little bit extra lace from the hairline. So I'd say you have probably a good bit that you could maybe trim back. I always am hesitant to trim back the lace hairlines on synthetics because sometimes they don't lay as flat when you do that. But this lace really blends well with my skin, so I really don't have an issue with it. But I point that out just so you aren't surprised by it. It's a little bit longer of that lace than I'm used to. So that is Jon Renau's Cameron Lite in the color Mousse Cake. And let's take a look at this gorgeous transition to gray color that I am just loving. This color over here, let me get this sat down. This color right here is called Roasted Chestnut. And as somebody who's really starting to like embrace my grays, I have not dyed my bio hair in a couple years, 2-3 years at this point. And I'm really starting to learn to love my grays. So when that time comes, I'm not quite there yet, but when that time comes, I am so excited that there are some really beautiful gray options. And then you don't have to worry about the grow out to gray, right? Because that's always kind of awkward. But this color is so beautiful. So this is described as a light natural ash brown with a 75% gray front graduating to a medium brown. So like I said, this is a great color if you are looking to transition to gray. So let me go ahead and put this on so you can see what it looks like on a real human. So it's going to be that same cap as the other one, so we don't need to go over the cap. But I did want to show you this color because I think that this color is so beautiful. Now, if you wanted to tone down any shine on this, you can just use a little bit of dry shampoo. That's typically what I do on those synthetic pieces. So I feel like the brunette, I didn't have necessarily that big of an issue with any shine, but the lighter pieces, you may have a little bit more shine to contend with, which is fine. Just use a little bit of dry shampoo, spray it on the fibers, and that will tame down some of that shine, but still an absolutely beautiful color. Love this transition to gray color, and it still has those kind of like brown highlights running through it. So really beautiful piece. I'm going to go ahead and put my brunette back on, but I did want to show you this color on a person. So look how much stretch there is in this cap. That is what I was completely surprised by when I read that it was a hand-tied base, because typically those have just felt a little more snug on my head, but this is so incredibly comfortable. Like, this is a wig for me that I would forget that I'm wearing a wig because it is just super lightweight, super comfortable, very stretchy. Absolutely love this piece. Completely recommend this color. This color is so good, you guys. So if you'd like to purchase Jon Renau's Cameron Lite, go to wigs.com. You can use my discount code Christina25, spelled a little differently, so it's Kristyna 25. That'll get you 25% off your purchase. Always love to save a little bit of money. But as always, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye.